You're not to be on the property. Doesn't matter if you're in the car. Doesn't matter if you're flying over the air. You're on the property. You can have a seat now. Stop!
That's just one of a whole number of unintelligent things this cop said and did during this incident. I don't know about you, but I think going to prison would be equally as bad as not coming home. If you really want to make the community a safer place by teaching cops how to not go to
federal fucking prison,
help me build this community by feeding the algorithm down below. A Las Cruces police officer on bike patrol investigates a vehicle for what sounds like trespassing in the parking lot of a public housing complex. It's not uncommon for there to be city ordinances governing the time and place where people can be at certain hours of the night. This video is long, so I've clipped together what I believe is the necessary information in order to talk about the training points.
Roll the window down. Leave your hands where I can see them. Okay, just leave your hands where I can see them. I don't know that. Roll your window down, ma'am. Open the door. Step over here. Step over here.
No. We're not doing nothing wrong, sir.
I'm looking for my keys. I can't find them.
Okay, what's in his waist right there?
That's a pinball gun.
It's a pinball gun, sir.
Step out.
We're
Step out.
nothing wrong, though.
Step out, ma'am.
I don't need to step out.
Step out now, or I'm gonna pull you out.
You cannot pull me out. Excuse me, I'll call your sergeant. I want your sergeant.
Come on.
I want your sergeant.
Ma'am.
Don't touch me.
Ma'am, step out,
Don't
please.
touch me.
Step out.
Don't touch me.
Step
I
out.
want to record this right now.
Go ahead, step out.
I want to record this. Don't touch me.
Step out.
No.
Come on, hurry up.
No.
Who are you here visiting?
I'm Butterfly.
It's too late to be visiting Butterfly. You're gonna get tased.
Sir, we're not doing nothing wrong.
You are. I'm asking you to step out. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay.
Step
I'll
out.
Step out. Why do you want me to step out, though?
So I can talk to you. This guy has paintball guns. I don't know what else he has there.
It's just a pinball
It doesn't matter, ma'am. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It still looks like a fucking gun, does it not?
No.
Yes, it does. Show me your face.
I'm not doing nothing, sir.
Jesus Garcia.
I'm not.
Holy fuck. You're back on the fucking property,
No, I'm
though.
not. I'm in the car.
You're on the property.
Sir, come on.
You're on the property.
I'm in the
Judge told you not to be here. Did he not rip your ass last time?
Yeah, I know, but I'm not in the
You're
property,
gonna get a warrant out for your fucking arrest.
What
Step
the
over here.
fuck?
Shut the fuck up. Come here, man. This is public housing. Okay? There's rules and regulations that need to be fucking followed. He's trespassed. He has 5 warrants out for criminal trespass. What are you doing here?
I'm looking for my keys. I was here visiting Butterfly.
At what time? What time did you leave at?
I just barely walked out her door and I'm looking for my keys because I can't.
Ma'am, I'm doing a fucking investigation. You have a trespasser here right now.
I didn't know that.
That's what I'm telling you. What is your last name?
Please go get my keys.
How do you want to do this? I can either... Listen to me, okay? Don't make things fucking difficult for me, okay? I've been doing this for the last 3 years, okay? I know this area. I know cars that are supposed to fucking be here and cars that aren't supposed to be here, okay? So let's not make this fucking difficult because I will really, really make your life a living hell. Do you hear me? Okay, I will tow your car. There's rules and regulations that they sign when they first move in.
I understand. I'm not breaking the rules.
Ma'am, you keep... Obviously, okay? But still, you're here. Listen to me, okay? Can you just shut the fuck up, lady, for 10 fucking seconds?
Why are you talking to me?
Because you don't listen. You don't listen. You're just like Jesus Garcia. You want to argue all the time, okay? But you're not listening. And the fact that you're making it difficult, I'm asking you to fucking step out of the fucking car, that's resisting obstructing, okay? Yeah, when I ask you to do something, you gotta step the fuck out. You can't be here past certain fucking hours.
I'm sorry.
This is an elderly, disabled community.
I'm sorry.
That's why these rules and regulations are here.
I'm sorry.
Okay? Jesus Garcia, be aware, I'm gonna put a warrant out for your arrest. You're back on the property when you're told not to be.
Is he gonna get arrested now?
Listen to me. Listen to me. Okay? Again, you make stupid fucking comments all the fucking time because you don't want to listen. Okay? The judge told you, because I spoke to the judge the last time I put that warrant out. You're not to be on the property. Doesn't matter if you're in the fucking car. Doesn't matter if you're flying over the fucking air. You're on the property. Okay? I'm going to put a warrant out for your arrest. 1396 Burley Court. I'll be out with 2 Code 24 individuals. You can have a seat now. 80% on seat. Stop! Stop! 80%. Shots fired. Shots fired.
When you repeatedly use profanities, it demonstrates your inability to control your emotions.
I have a
yeah,
I have a medical marijuana card.
Step out. You want to fucking run your mouth? No problem. You came to the right guy. Step out. All right?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So who the fuck do you think you are? Worried about what I'm doing? Everyone's got something to fucking say.
Do I think a cop should be punished every time they drop an F-bomb in the heat of the moment? No, I don't, because that's weird. Don't be weird. Sometimes citizens who live in certain places and commit certain acts of regular violence won't take you seriously until you sound serious. And sometimes that sounds like carefully placing the effort within a command that has already failed you several times while trying to maintain a certain level of professionalism. It definitely doesn't sound like dropping the F-bomb 19 times in 9 minutes and getting this video immediately restricted by YouTube. In a situation where there should be no emotion and no physiological responses changing your behavior, this is a sure sign that everything you do is going to be terrible. Beyond the officer's unprofessionalism and the things he is saying and requesting not adding up from a legal perspective, the first thing that caught my attention is the officer deciding his taser is the right tool.
You're gonna get tased. You're gonna get tased.
To encourage a 45-year-old female who probably weighs 120 pounds to exit her vehicle. I'm not familiar with every agency's taser policy, but I presume they all read relatively the same, in which case you can't use a taser on someone who is passively resisting. In other words, you can't use it on someone who is simply refusing to do what you tell them to do. As it turns out, under section 256.02 of the Las Cruces General Order regarding tasers, it reads, tasers should not be used on those who are only passively resisting. There can be a list of other behaviors where a person has demonstrated their willingness or intent to use force who also meets the criteria. An example would be someone has balled up their fist and is threatening to assault you.
Get down.
That being said, refer to your own policy because I promise that telling your command staff you learned it from someone on YouTube isn't going to save you from a bad decision. You should also understand that it is a tool, and a tool that works well when deployed appropriately, but you should not rely on that tool to solve all your problems. For example, if you happen to actually need to remove a 120-pound 45-year-old lady from a car for whatever reason, probably just use your hands. Clearly, she is not actively resisting and not an immediate danger to herself or anyone else, and therefore, this was at best a terrible bluff on the officer's part. But seeing that he shot her for seemingly no reason, I'm confident he was actually going to use it. I'm not going to get into a legal discussion about probable cause or the particular laws of New Mexico because I'm not familiar with the laws of New Mexico. Instead, I'll leave that to the comment section of this video where everyone who knows their rights can educate us on that.
I know my rights. I know my rights as a citizen. You need to give me my rights first.
I am pretty confident, however, that if you were flying over the air, that wouldn't meet the elements of criminal trespass. To any cop that has applied themselves in knowing the job for, I don't know, a year, can tell you that most of the stuff this cop is saying and doing from a legal perspective just doesn't quite add up. In Texas, if you have a warrant and you already spoke to the judge about your case, you're probably going to jail. Issuing a warrant for someone who has 5 warrants already doesn't make sense to me, but it's hard to make sense of anything that is happening in this video. It also turns out that the male had a felony warrant. Maybe the officer was going to figure that out and we just never got there. But I doubt it. It's also common practice to let the dispatcher know you're out on something pretty much immediately, instead of waiting 9 minutes like this officer did.
1396 Burley Court. I'll be out with 2 Code 24 individuals.
It's the first thing you should do. All cops have experienced another officer who was out of breath, completely lost, saying things that don't make sense, and possibly struggling with someone while no one even knows who you are or where you are to send the help. The female said she was there visiting somebody at 4 in the morning. She's in the car with someone who has a felony warrant, probably some drug convictions, but that's just a guess. This whole situation looks a lot like illegal drug activity to me, but I say all that to say none of that stuff matters. It doesn't matter if she's there to see a friend, buy some dope, or bake some cookies. The only thing that matters is the moment you decided to pull the trigger and why. And none of those things add any relevancy to your decision to do what you did on what was perceivably a trespasser whose car door touched you. She wasn't a fleeing felon, and at the moment at which he shot, she did not pose a danger to the officer or anyone else. It's cops like Felipe Hernandez who are out there on the street just making things up as they go and making terrible decisions with gunfire that make the job that much harder for other cops.
If you're that fucking stupid to ruin your life and not go to jail, go to federal prison.
You lose your freedom. If you're still watching this video, you might still be caught up on the whole profanity situation, and I get that it's a touchy subject for some cops. But when that decision is made with gunfire and your body cam is played in front of a jury, it's probably not going to help your situation. To prove Hernandez is guilty to a jury, prosecutors will have to show that Hernandez acted unreasonably and that the female did not provoke Hernandez. When you drop 19 F-bombs and are being a D-bag during an encounter, it starts to look like you are doing the provoking and acting unreasonably. And to a jury, what might matter more than the facts is how they feel, and that certainly won't help your case. On January 11th, 2024, the 3rd Judicial District Attorney's Office charged Hernandez with second-degree murder. At the time of recording this video, the case has yet to be presented to a grand jury. I would be surprised if this case doesn't go to trial, and I would be equally surprised if the jury finds that the officer acted anything other than unreasonably. If you don't take this job seriously, it could take your life in more ways than one. After you subscribe to this channel by tapping on the photo, you should consider checking out this playlist or watching this video because YouTube is recommending it specifically for you.
118, so this family alone. I can't copy. I want family alone. We got crews coming.